Before we start, I know this is going to be a years-long project to get this thing up and running and on the road. But I'll give y'all the video now. So, welcome to the first video in a series that I'm just going to call The World's Oldest Semi Project. A documentary over this particular truck that's kind of hard to see, but that's okay because I'm holding a relatively large camera, so. And it might sound a little bit clickbaity of a title, but I can't explain it right now because this right here is a Federal. It's specifically a 1919 Federal light / heavy duty tractor. And I say tractor because if you take a look at it, then you can see that that wheelbase is rather stubby. And actually the axle is further back than it's supposed to be. It's a half a foot further back, actually. It's got a wheelbase of 102 inches, 1919, like I said. Even have a 1919 license plate wedged into the side there. And no, I don't live in Missouri. It's just the only 1919 plate we have. But yeah, this is basically square one where we're starting at. And if it looks like it's complete at all, it's not. It's about the worst possible shape that you could have, except for the fact that the wheels are all there, amazingly enough. Yeah, a little bit of the peculiar aspects of it, forgetting the fact that it's already a tractor model, which makes it rarer than pretty much anything, is the fact that it's actually sort of a hybrid of wheels. It's got wooden front wheels, it's got steel drive wheels, and then it's got another set of wooden trailer wheels. Because, of course, this is a semi, also known as a tractor truck. If you didn't know, that's what semis actually are and were. They're less so today, but this is an amazing parallel to why they're called tractor trucks. This probably would have had a top speed of 13 miles an hour. So, yeah. But if it looks complete at all, it's not even remotely complete. This bed we made just so that there's something on there. It's actually a planter. Same with the seat and actually the steering column and that fun jazz is actually original. One of the few original bits still left on it. There is no drivetrain at all except for the rear axle. The rear axle isn't even attached. It's the only reason that it looks relatively straight is because there's some boards that are sort of propping it in place. It is, I guess, the world's oldest complete semi in the fact that it has all the components to call it a semi. It's got the truck and it's got the trailer because it's got that trailer axle that is original to it, and it's probably a Fruhoff trailer axle. Got the light mount dealies, no engine at all. It's just to cover up the engine, really, or where it would be. Something that actually is quite interesting is that the front tires are labeled as Firestone tires. So some of the oldest Firestone tires in existence, really. And this is not good lighting. If I get it out of the bad lighting to better lighting, then we can take a look at this drive axle here. It's a big, hunky chunky boy. It's got all these layers on it. These 8 bolts are what actually attach the wheel to the brake drum, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. And these wheels were made by Smith Cushion Co. And see the trailer axle back there. And with both the wooden, or both the sets of wooden wheels, they're both really, really thick spokes. And rather than 12 spokes, they have 14 spokes. The drive axle actually has pretty unique tread, so unique as a matter of fact that I can't find another vehicle with that particular tread on it, but I probably just haven't looked hard enough. I have been able to find one other sort of wheel hybrid where it has both steel and wooden spoke wheels on it, so that is of note, something interesting. The steering mechanism amazingly actually does work. I can't demonstrate it now because the steering wheel is busted off at the moment. The drive axle also works, actually. It's a worm drive, which was standard for the time, really. Chain drives were kind of phased out by then. It does have the little federal plate, which I might be able to show you. You can see it, if I turn it correctly, way back there, along with some homemade Hickey jerry-rigged trailer mount. That wouldn't have been the original. The original would have been the fifth wheel hitch, admittedly a very old fifth wheel hitch, but a fifth wheel hitch nonetheless. And yeah, this truck is probably the favorite that I'll ever have, and I really, really hope that I can get this thing running one day. Guess do a quick sideways pan over. So yeah, that's about it. Want to know the information? It's got a low bit. It's got 23,356 UE 10265, which is how I know a lot of the information that I know, including that it's a very late 1919 model, and specifically it would have to be a custom made 1919 model by Federal, or custom ordered, for the particular configuration that it has to be possible. Now that I've delivered all this information onto you, oh, and I can also, conveniently they cut out all possible ways of information and only left the steering column. So that's fun, interesting, exciting. But now that I've given you a fun, interesting, and exciting video, maybe, hopefully, you'll stick around for the next editions. The second of which will probably be getting this rear axle out, taking it into the garage over there, opening it up and servicing it, and seeing if it's possible to get the wheels off, because that's going to be the biggest bitch of them all. So, yeah, can't really think of much else to say about it. Guess see you in the next edition.